Okay, so today we are going to talk about the art of project management. Yeah, this is really art. You need to be like some like players there, like artists, yeah. And we will talk more about clients and about how to work with them. So for the agenda for today, we will tell you some information about who I am and who is Halyna. Yeah. After that, we will go through types of clients. We will like tell you maybe some examples of our clients with whom we are working or worked, yeah, and maybe with whom we would like to work, yeah, and we will share how to manage them, yeah, information about that, and like some summary. We will share like best practices, what we think you need to focus on. And after that, we will have Q&A session. So please do not hesitate, use our chat, yeah, and type there all questions, what you will have in your mind. I hope that we will be able to answer them. Okay, so let's start. About myself. So my name is Maryana Cherkes. I have been working at Agiliway as like on project on management position, I think for 6 years. Before that, like generally in IT sphere, I'm almost, I think, 15 years, I think, as Halyna. Yeah. Yeah, because we started at the same company at the same year, as I remember. And if to talk about like management and work with clients, so I think that I have tried to focus on some like years when it was the most, but generally I always work with people, yes, and all of them was were clients. I mean, it was internal clients or external clients, but generally they all were clients for me. Yeah, so please, Halyna, introduce you.
Thank you, Maryana. So let me introduce myself. My name is Halyna Nayda, and I also work at Agiliway as delivery director. Joined, I think, 5 years ago, and totally in project management specifically, I have about 10 years of experience. So today I will be glad to share my experience about client management, because today we are going to tell you about client management. And I used to work with different types of clients, and even now, based on my experience, I can say that I have reached the ideal situations that I know how to manage them. But anyway, I want to tell you at least some lessons learned and maybe some mistakes I did or Maryana did in the past. She will share her experience. So, and we hope to have a very healthy conversation. And yeah, maybe we can have some clarity at the end. You have more. I would think we can start. So let's move to types of clients. And this is our first topic in agenda. And there are really a lot of different types of clients, and we can actually structure them in different ways. But we would like to propose you this structure and this structuring, because to our mind, it's like very, very natural to structure those clients in such a way. So first type of clients, we can call them balanced clients. So these clients, I would say that they are experienced clients. So they are not the first day on the market. They know what they want. And we can say these clients are mature clients, yeah? So they know what they want. They know what they expect from you. And we can say that these people, these clients are orderly, they are accurate, and they are very punctual, organized, they're straight to the point, they are very result-oriented, data-driven, and so on. So yeah, and then we can just talk how we can manage these clients, right? Because they are very organized, they know what they want to do. We need to mirror their behavior, first of all, and we also need to be very organized. We need to be data-driven. We need to have some timeline. We actually need to use all our project management tools in the proper way. If you do that, you will succeed with such clients, because these clients normally have procedures set, processes already set, so you need just to follow them in the proper way. You need to have a project plan. You need to be detailed, short. You need to cut to the chase, yes? So you need to talk specifically about what you want to do, like not around, right? And of course, communicate and ensure you are on the same page with this client. Also, let's talk about like what you do not need to do with such type of client. You will not surprise them with some over-promising or with some last-second changes. Why? Because they are experienced, actually, right? And they will not believe you. and then they will just maybe can think that you are not professional if you do like that, right? So no short deadlines, not forget something. Just be back, like be very data oriented and understand what you are doing. Just be professional, and then you will succeed with such client. Generally, I would say these clients are very good clients, yes, because everything is organized. And if you are doing good, if you are following all processes, I think you will gain their trust in half a year, and yeah, you can succeed. Personally, I had such clients, but in my experience, but not so many. Because and what about you, Maryana? Do you have a lot of such clients?
No, I think they're really good clients. Yes, these clients that have organized all their requirements. They are ready to work. They know what they want. Yeah, and you're really very lucky if you have such clients. Yeah, but to work with them really very convenient. Yeah. Because as I mentioned, they know what they want, and you just need to implement that in most cases. And you need to understand this and just do it. Yeah, in that way that discuss it previously with clients. But I would be happy to have such clients, to be honest. Okay. So let's move on. Let's move to the next type of clients. This is some kind of clients of entrepreneurs. Yeah. So this is clients, I think, some kind of genius who has some goals, has some vision. Yeah, and they just run for this vision. Generally, that's really very cool clients. Yes, they emphasize you. Yeah, they have some great ideas, and you're happy to help them to implement these ideas in most cases. And they, in most cases, they like startups can be, yeah. So this is some kind of top products you will develop or top solutions on the market. And in most cases, this is a very interesting project to work with them. But they're like some kind of, I think, what you need to worry about. This is about when they have a lot of ideas, and one day they tell I want this one, next day I want that one, and in several days they tell, oh no, now it's like more trendy thing, this one, let's move in this way. Yeah, and in such case, it's a little bit hard to work, especially when you have like big team and tell them they need to run. Yes, after the clients, it's hard. But how to work with them successfully? First of all, you need to like have the frames. Yeah, you need to create and discuss this frame with client. For sure, you need to support clients. You need to tell him, yeah, this idea is cool, but for that we need that. Yeah, somehow like down them, like for more like things that should be done from day to day. But it's your routine. That it's your job, like manager. Yeah, clients need to focus on their business in most cases. You need just to understand this business and help to implement this client. So as you see, so the common characteristic of such clients, they are not organized, they're passionate, they're really cool brainstormers, yeah, and businessmen in most cases. So you just need to help them to do their business. Let's go to the next step and how to manage work with them. As I mentioned, you need to be organized. If client not organized, you need to be organized. Yeah, you need to create the structure. You should be like friendly with this client. You should talk with them. You need to try like understand business and talk on the same like language with this client, but at the same time you need to organize all work and do it with your team. Yeah, and just if you have like some meetings with such clients, you need to write meeting notes. You need to ask this client to like to approve this scope or what you would like to do or something like that. Yeah, so everywhere you need to like discuss all things in these frames. Yeah, because in a week or in a month he will tell you, okay, but like some weeks ago we discussed something, why you didn't do something. So you need to have some like meeting notes. You need to have the structure, the plan, and in most cases you need to have some like project management tool where to write everything and notes everything. Yeah. And if to talk about what you shouldn't do, so you shouldn't be overall formal, because for them it can be a little bit boring. Yeah, oh no, I doesn't want to talk with him. He doesn't understand me. Yeah. So you need to be like support him, but at the same do it in some frames. Yeah. In most cases, when you work with such clients, they have ideas. Yeah, but you need to organize the steps how these ideas can be implemented. Yeah, it's really hard to tell if this client's mature or not, because it can be different cases. Yeah, but in most cases, I think that they are not enough technical. Maybe let's say in this way. Yeah, so they doesn't want to go down to your technical details or what program language you will choose or propose. They just want to see like high level architecture, so it's good for them and enough. Yeah, and I think in this clients you need to work on their language. Halyna, do you have such clients?
Right now, I do not have, but I used to have such clients in my past. And I remember, for example, one Australian entrepreneur, and it was startup, and he was really great. Like, he was full of ideas, as you mentioned, but he was very happy to have us to help him to actually implement his ideas and startups. And he really like we received very good feedbacks from him, because he was very thankful to us that we organize everything in some framework, that we organize his ideas, and that we actually manage him and help him to manage. So we really selected, we had very strict deadlines. But we try to organize everything, and we deliver pieces of our product every week, and we reported him it very directly, so he has picture, he has understanding, and he has clarity when he can have this. So he was very happy to work with us, and personally I was also happy to work with him, because I was able to use all my project management skills, and I was not like, he didn't manage me. I was trying to manage him, and it's really cool, you know.
Yeah, I think it's cool because you feel that as you implement all ideas, yeah,
Yeah,
like creator. Yeah, that's cool feeling. But as Halyna mentioned, so I would recommend for such kind of client, like propose good managers. I mean, with experienced manager. Yeah, because if some kind of junior managers will be here, so it's not enough major client, not enough major project manager, and they can, I think, floating somewhere from one part of sea to the another. Yeah, so. Here should be someone who will like have this like structure and keep this line of project, and I think in this case it will be a really successful and interesting project. And finally, such clients in most cases will be your friends, yeah, in future, because they will understand you and like help, like on the right hand of general idea, yeah. So you help him create like business product and implement ideas finally. So it will be your friend in future. So let's move to the next one. Halyna, please.
yeah, skeptics. I want to tell you about one more type of clients. They are so-called skeptics. In general, these clients are very hard to work with, because they even like at the very beginning, they have skeptic view and vision on your skills and your professionalism at all. So most probably these clients has already some bad experience in the past with some others people to work with. So they are very criticized, right? So they have questions, a lot of questions, and they do not trust you in general. And what's like the very distinguished feature of them, I would say, skill, that they think that they know everything better than you. In some cases, it can be true, in some not. But in general, if there is some person who wants to like to do things or to tell you how to do them, right? So it's not good for the project. So there are like some main characteristics of such clients. Let me just list it. So they are critical, they are skeptical, they're very independent, decisive. But on the other hand, they in most cases are organized and task-oriented. And even with such with such difficult clients, there is a way to work with. So what we can propose them, we need not to do any mistakes with them, especially at the very beginning, right? So we need to be straightforward. We need to speak logically. We need to solve problems without any errors. We need to follow all procedures. But we also need to get the approvals before we want to do something. We need to use facts, and we need to use data and to explain them why we are doing something in this way. It's very difficult to gain the trust of such a client, and usually it takes more time for you to gain this trust and this credibility But if you succeed, you will be the best manager ever. And maybe these clients can be even moved to our first group of clients. Okay, I think I didn't mention what not to do with such clients. So you shouldn't be long-winded. So what does it mean? So you shouldn't talk, like you shouldn't make some a lot of small talks, right? So of course you can start with small talks, but normally they just want to go to details, and they don't want to speak around. You should definitely have some plan when you for every meeting you meet with him. So you should definitely have some plan, and you definitely need to show some strict timelines and follow. You shouldn't miss any timelines. And on the other hand, you shouldn't take things personally, because they will always try to find some gaps in your work. So just please do not take it personally. Yeah, and drop numbers, it means that yes, you shouldn't just drop these numbers. So your decisions have to be made on real data, and you need to explain them that. So it's yeah, such type of clients, they can be experienced or not so experienced. They, as I mentioned, probably have some bad experience in the past, so because of that they're so skeptical, or it's like their character. Yeah. It's hard to work with such clients, but I guess sometimes I'm doing that, right, and have a few of them. And I think if you manage to manage such client, you will be a great manager, yes, because you are continuously studying while you manage such client and while you work with such clients. What about you, Maryana? Do you have any such clients? Skeptical?
Yeah, I have. And had a lot, if to be honest. So in most cases, such clients, as you mentioned, they're going with they had some bad experience. Yes, and when they go to us, we didn't start to work, but they hate us. Yeah, from the first meeting. I'm joking, but yeah, that's really good experience, because you're a really cool manager if after your cooperation they want to keep work with you, yeah, and they're leaving for maintenance phases and other things, and finally they will be your friends. But that's really a good management experience to work with such clients. And first of all, you need to gain the trust. Yeah. For sometimes it can be week, month. For sometimes you need to work years to gain such trust. So it depends on the client. And what's hard? This is hard that from every time, yes, when you need to deliver some work, you should be really focused on deadlines. If for them very important, I don't know, cost or other things, what important for them, you need to focus on that. And you need to keep all your promises and try to satisfy all requirements what they had. So it's hard to work with them, but it's you can do it. And if you will do it, it's every client, this is your challenge, I think, because there are no similar clients at all. Yeah. So let's move on to the fourth type of clients. So you name it baby clients. Yeah, so this is some kind of clients that are not experienced. Yeah, so they're not mature like kids. They came to you with some ideas and just think that you're some kind of God and help them implement these ideas. So they're really imaginary, but they want to fast-paced. Yeah, they really very sociable. They want to talk. They really passionate of their ideas. But in most cases, they are disorganized. So you need to organize them. So this is something similar that I talked with entrepreneurs, but here really not major clients in most cases. And they have some behavior like babies. So they don't know what to do, how to do. They all things ask you, so what they need to next to do. So they just tell you idea, and you step by step ask them how they want this product, like should work, or this feature. After that, like if you will implement this one, what should be next? So you will take like information after other information. So step by step, you will implement their product or project. Yeah. How to work with them. So in most cases, we need to work with them like with the friends, yes, in a personal way. So we help them. So we really help them to implement their ideas. Yeah, we need to be highly responsible for sure, because they rely on us. And we need to like show them like examples how system can work, because in most cases they are not like enough technical. Yeah. And they are looking for some like their ideas like on the big picture. Yeah, and we need to show them, okay, we will implement like these things, next we will do that one, and finally like you will have what you ask us. And we need to avoid any conflicts, because they're like babies. We need to support them, yeah, help them, care for them, so something like that. What you shouldn't do, you shouldn't be short or harsh. Yeah. You shouldn't like allow like any abstract ideas, so you need to work like these direct ways. Yeah, what we will do, because they think in abstract way. You need to structure everything. Yeah. And you shouldn't focus on small stuff. So in most cases they have cool ideas, and you need to just help them to implement it. Yeah. I love to work with such clients because it's very interesting. Yeah, in most cases they have some cool products and ideas to implement, and here you feel like creator as a client. Yeah, like help them. And if to talk about teams, I mean project teams who implement that, they also like this, because they want to really help your clients to implement it, and everybody's happy to do this. If I have such clients, I think I would be happy. And I think I had one. Is to be honest, they are really rare. I don't know, Halyna, maybe you have more, but I, from my experience, had just one such client. And it's really cool to work with him. Halyna, do you have more?
I think I have a few of such clients during my my experience, and even like I can remember the last example we had. For example, it was a client. He requested just a specific, like not specific, just website to create. So very simple project, but he was like a baby, because it's baby client. He just shouted that he wants specifically this one image on the main screen, and it was not good to use it because it was triangle. But you know, sometimes you need even to allow to do mistakes to these clients, because it's baby. He was shouting, so he decided it had to be like that. So we explained him all consequences which he may face with later, but he didn't get it. Like he told us that he understands everything and asked us to implement it like he wanted, and we did it. And then really he faced like he realized that it probably was a mistake, and yeah, we need to fix and spend a lot of efforts just to make this triangle picture work on different resolution screens. Yeah, but it was the case when you just can't allow, like when you need to allow your clients to do some mistakes. This was not a big mistake. Yeah, but at the end, actually, client was happy because we used like image which actually he wanted to use, right?
Yeah, in my case, it was a little bit another like picture. In my case, client when came to us, he like told and requested some like piece of code and a piece of program. But after that, when we talked a lot, when we understand the business and other things, we tell him, okay, but this is just a small piece you requested. It didn't help you at all, yeah? And we need to do that. So, and he didn't understand it that way. So it's like baby, yeah? You need to help them to grow. Yeah, you need to help them to grow their business at all and other things. But it's really cool because you feel like oh, you're doing a great job. Yeah, so let's move on.
Best practices of client management, right? So I would start, okay. So we've discussed with you the main types of clients. And even though there are different types of clients, anyway, we can combine like some strategies how to work with all clients, because they are true and they are okay to work with every client. So that's why we wanted to outline these main strategies. It's build trust communications, be transparent, be aligned with your client, understand your client, and be patient and respectful. So let's move to the first item, build trust through communication. It doesn't depend with which client you actually work with. It's very important to build trust. And I think each of you should understand that it's very important to do. And how to do that? It's based on your work, and first of all, based on your communication. So we are doing that through communication. There are like some 3 items I want to discuss specifically about trust and building trust through communication. So you have to stay in touch with your client. What does it mean? So you should be with your client throughout, and not just when you need him, like in some moment. You need to have some regular meetings with your clients and talk about everything, to talk about news in industry, talk about some marketing strategies which may concern him, and other things which are related to him. You you can also talk something beyond the business, some personal things, because it also makes you and your clients closer to each other. So stay in touch. The next item, it's a business empathy. You as a manager definitely have to understand your client. You need to understand what I mean. I mean that you need to understand his business. You need to talk about his business very intelligently. So the better you understand his business, the better you understand his needs, the better solution you can propose actually to this client, and you will know how to work with him. And the last item, it's ask and listen. It doesn't depend what type of client you are working with right now. You should definitely listen to your client, and you should definitely ask about some feedbacks. And of course, you need to implement this feedback, because if you listen, you need to try, you need to prove that you actually are listening, and you need to correct some mistakes if they were done previously. So that's basically all about communication. By the way, if you have any questions while we are speaking, you can add them in a Q&A chat, and maybe we can answer them even when we are talking, or we can answer them later. So the next item is transparency, and you as a manager need to focus on transparency. It also doesn't depend what type of clients you are working with. Anyway, you need to be transparent, so your client feels that. You need to deliver all news, not just good news, but doesn't mean that you need to to come to your client and just say, okay, everything is very bad. You shouldn't do like that. You should tell, firstly, it's a very common thing. You should firstly tell some good news, then you should tell, like, if there are some bad news, yes, you should definitely tell them, but you should go to your clients with some plan, how you will resolve that, these bad things that are happening. So you need to deliver full story, right? So your client should feel like that everything is under control, and you need to have this plan. And yeah, you need to regularly update your client, because if you will do some updates only at the beginning and at the end of the project, or just like in the middle, so you will not be so transparent, and you may forgot about some things. So even something happened good or bad, so your client will not feel that. And if you are doing that regularly, then a client will have a better understanding and better picture what's going on, and why such or another decision was actually made. The next strategy and tips, it's alignment. Yes, Maryana.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, sorry, Halyna. I just wanted to add to the transparency. Yeah, this is some, as you mentioned, this rules of Burger about good, bad news. And I remember, like, joke some that good, like a junior PM will have like one way, like one option, yes, to fix like some bad things. Middle project manager 2 options, and the senior 3. So something like that. So be like a good manager. If you want to share bad news, have like 3 options to fix them.
Yeah. Good thing. Yeah. Yeah. And the next one item, it's alignment. So you need to be aligned with your clients. So it's on some way it's related to the previous item, but we wanted to put it separately here. So you need to be aligned with your client's needs, right? If it's a baby client, you need to understand them. If it's mature and experienced clients, so you should know what they expect from you, and you need to follow their expectations and their behavior. Yeah, so you need to be aligned with his needs. You also need to figure out what KPIs, KPIs will be quite informal for him, actually, and so you need to use the same KPIs as your client, right? So experienced client will understand something in his language, right? So you can use technical words, But for example, baby clients, you need to explain it like very, very simple. So you shouldn't use any like big amounts of data, so something like that. You also need to, every time you need to add some concerns, some risks to your report. So yeah, and you should feel like your client. And I think we have some question in the chat, so I will read it. Okay, Maryana?
Okay.
Yeah, so it's just not a question, so it's incredible how we all know about the value of transparency and the importance of practicing it every day. Yeah, I think every manager who worked with clients understand how important it's transparency and alignment. Yeah, I agree with you, Herman. So let's move on. It's the next tip, right? The next strategy, Maryana?
Yeah, I just want to emphasize on the last point, because for me, I think it's really very important, and it shows you how you understand your client. Yeah, because in some cases, you like think that, oh, this is very important. I tell him, but he didn't understand me or something like that. But at the same time, for client can be important, not that things, yeah, that you share for him. So you need to really understand and align your goals and client goals, yes, and be on the same page.
Speak on his language.
As we go to the next point, it's a little bit cover this one. So we need to understand your clients. So first of all, we need to understand the strengths and weakness. So what is important for this client or not. And you need to work as partners, yes, because you're working like on the from his like client, you're like as implementer, yeah, on the same project. So you are doing the same things and you are going to the same way. So you need to work as partners. First of all, you need to help each other. You need to support each other. Yeah, and to do it in a good way, you need to understand what your clients want. You need to, first of all, understand the business goals. Because if you didn't understand this, your project will never will be successful. Yeah, because sometimes project goals much smaller, yeah, than business goals of client, but it should be aligned. Yeah, so your project need to help to do client business better. So you need to help. The next way, so if you have to understand your client, sometimes you need to joke, yes, sometimes you need to doesn't tell anything, yeah, and just listen what your client tell you, but try to somehow understand what's the type of your client, how you should behave with this client, you need to build your communication with client. So and it would be good if you will have a good understanding of personality of your client. It will help you to work with such clients. It doesn't depend on of the type of client. You just need to understand. If you have like 4 types as Halyna presented, so you just need to put, okay, so this is a little bit skeptic. He had some like problems before, yeah, and yeah, we need to work in such way, or we will start from this way and then we move to another way. Sometimes, yeah, as I mentioned, you need to have some like jokes. You need to talk about hobbies. If to be honest, hobbies really, in most cases, helpful, especially if you know, I don't know, about how to skating or something like that, and you have similar hobbies. Yeah, so it will help you to talk on the same language and have like good small talks. If to go on, so we have the third, like, like best practice, so be patient and respectful. Yeah, sometimes we have good clients, sometimes we have clients who argues, but anyway, you should be patient and respectful. in any case. So you will never should allow you to shout on your client or something like that. If, to be honest, I had situation when a client sent me some not good emails, yeah, and I was nervous, yeah, and I wanted, and now I show him and try to like answer on these emails. But after that, okay, Maryana, please keep down. Yeah, and I have some like good tips. I sent such emails, yes, after my first feeling to my friends, like for example, for Halyna read, oh no, it's please do not send it to your client. Then I need to sleep, and in the morning next day I will write great email to this client with thankful, like yesterday was nothing email, he doesn't like irritate me or something like that, so everything is fine, let's do and work or go. So you just always should be like professional, you should be calm, yeah. And you need to understand that every client, this is people. This is today they have bad mood and they want to they shouting to everybody for everybody, and you just one of them, yeah. And you just need to be calm and professional. This is your client. You help them, yeah, be grateful for these clients, and every client, this is your experience, yeah. And as I mentioned, this is your like challenge that you need to work with. And for sure this is your like lesson learned. After each client you have such and next client you know how to work, because oh yeah, with this client I had like did something like that. I hope that this way also will work like with such client. Halyna, what do you think about that? Huh? Did you have such clients who like wrote you some emails?
Yeah, I think I had a lot of such cases, and it's very good tip and advice not to answer right now. So just please go to have some cup of coffee or better sleep.
Sleep helps, yeah.
Yeah, and then you will write like much more polite email. Yeah, because if you just reply in the same manner, so you will have a conflict. And there is a question here, by the way, in the chat. Would the art of active listening help these scenarios to resolve conflict? Yeah, I think yes, because if you listen to your client and you understand his needs, right? So you, if you understand your client, then yes, you will have a better experience, like better ways. You will know better solutions, how you can actually resolve some conflict. Not always, but you have a better chances to do that.
Yeah, sometimes like you need to listen several times, yeah. Like listen, then ask, then no more listen, and after that I think you will know, and client will know, because you will ask some questions, yeah, and you will like step by step will find the truth. Yeah. So,
Maryana, we have one more question. So it's which group of clients is the most popular in your work experience? And one more question, do you have clients who refuse to work with you and then return back?
what is the most popular? Huh. Nice question. I think that it's like maybe not popular. I would like to work with balanced, but in most cases, it's entrepreneurs. Yeah, because Agiliway, this is like mid-level company. Yeah, if to talk about general about business, So like this balanced clients, it's more like experienced clients, and they work with like huge companies in most cases, yeah. But entrepreneurs, they need to quick reaction from you, yeah. And in most cases, I think, yeah, we have entrepreneurs, some startups, we have these cool clients with great ideas, and we just need to help them to implement that. So we have such a lot of such clients, I think, from my point of view. Halyna, what do you think?
Talking about percentages distribution, I think it's like equal, because I have few clients which are quite balanced. I have few entrepreneurs in the past, yeah. I have baby clients. I had a experience to work with baby clients, and usually they are small because they just didn't have experience typically. And yeah, and on the other hand, I faced with some skeptical clients as well. So I would say it's just equally.
Yeah,
and do you by the way have clients who refuse to work with you and then return back? Because I can't remember such client. Do you?
Yeah, I had. It was really very funny story, because we had tender, yeah, and we created proposal, and they told us, so it was everything fine, but I think that another company who participated in that tender proposed like less prices, yeah, on that moment. In the end, they chose them, and in a year, they come back to us. He told us, okay, but that company did us that, and it doesn't work. So let's try to implement what you proposed like a year ago. And it was a little bit shocked. Oh, wow, it's funny. Yeah, because there was changed like sea level, yeah, after that. Yeah, and as I understand, a little bit waste money for this year, a lot money. So it was really funny. Yeah, but if to talk about like such clients with whom we have worked, yes, then they was unhappy or something happened and come somewhere and then come back. It also was such situation. We had like, so we have implemented some features for them. Yes, they paid. Then someone, I don't know, it was some kind of external expert whom they asked to check what we have done. He told that, okay, they spent too much time. It can be done faster, something like that. And I will do it like better. And they came to this expert. This expert something implements them. After that, as I understand, it doesn't work. Yeah, and they come back to us and tell us, okay, guys, sorry, please help us. We have like some like a release or something like that. We need to go to production. We have some meetings, events, and so on. Please help us up. So it was something like that, but we helped them. And after that, we worked a lot. Yeah, because they, as I meant, they feel that they can rely on, yeah, on us. So we always were reachable for them and really helpful, because we know what we're doing, yeah. We're good experts.
Okay, one more question. How do you handle ongoing changes to the project? Probably I will answer, and Maryana, if you have any additions, so you can just add. So it depends actually on the type of clients, how you handle changes, like how you should handle them. So if it's a mature client, the first type, balanced, he also already has some procedures, and in most cases, it looks like it's not some fixed price. Yes, so you just need to communicate any changes in time, and to give this transparency and alignment regularly, right? So if there is any changes to the scope, I would think that probably if it's a mature client, so he understands, and you just need to proper manage them, like in a just have some change management procedures, maybe. But usually in my examples, of course, we are not doing right away these changes. So usually we just plan them like for the future. It depends on the priority. If we talk, for example, about entrepreneurs clients or some baby clients, which are usually very like, they have very a lot of ideas usually, and they can I suppose they can have a lot of new requirements during implementation. So in this case, you need to pay focus on that, pay your attention on that, and manage these changes very, very clearly, and not to allow them to increase scope. Yes, so and it's very important for the manager to catch these changes in time, communicate in time, and plan, but like discuss it, right? So plan it maybe for the future. If it's critical, then maybe descope something, communicate that release date, for example, can be changed. So such like very typical instruments of project manager, right? But you shouldn't forget about that. Maryana, would you like something to add here?
Yeah, I just can add that nowadays we have good instruments. Yes, everything was related to agile methodologies, so everything will help you. Yes, and you will choose this like tips. What will be helpful on your project depending on client. Yeah, and it's I absolutely agree with Halyna. It depending on the major client or not. Yes, in this way you will choose the type, how you will manage your project in this case. But what about non-major clients? So I think I just can recommend just not doing like big plans. You just need to plan like for, I don't know, for a week, like step by step, or doing short sprints. Yeah, for that. And it would be good if you will have after like each sprint or after 2 sprints, like deliver some ready to use product in most cases. Yeah, because this is like growing up products or something like that, and they want to see results after like, okay, you have done something, please show me. Please show me. And so they need to show, because next decision can be just going in another way. Okay, do we have any other questions?
Yes.
Okay.
One more question: how you communicate about quality with clients?
Oh. Nice question.
I suppose so. There's no a lot of details here. So I suppose this is question like, how do we communicate if there is a bad quality of some product, right? So first of all, quality assurance have to be in the project, and most likely, I will start, and Maryana probably will add, and most likely you need to plan QA work at the very beginning of the project. So if I hope your client will understand how important it is, yes, and you just need to suggest suggest people, suggest QA engineers who are really expert, right, in this area. So if you have such people, I suppose they will plan quality assurance and testing efforts accordingly. So of course, they need to communicate any QA results throughout the project lifecycle, and at the end is, of course, some test summary reports, any critical issues, etc.
Yeah, I just can add, because it's also depending on the client. I mean, on maturity of client. Mature clients understand that needed developers, they needed project managers, they understand all roles. Yes, they understand they need to involve like a business analyst, QA, QC, and others. Yeah, but if we're talking about not mature clients, so they just request you development. Why we need QA? Why developer doesn't do code, I mean, in excellent way, yeah? So in this case, I would recommend, because we also like sometimes do it when client doesn't understand that they need QA on the project and doesn't want to pay for such work. Yeah, so we need to plan a little bit or higher rates for developer, and there should be like hidden QA on a project, because especially this is for clients that we see that there are like complex product will be, yeah, or they will come to us with like great ideas, and now he's talking about something small, but in future it will be like growing into big project. So we should do and should cover all possible options, yeah, where this product can move. Yeah, in this case, we should be like one step before the client, and to think instead of him, and plan instead of him this work. So, and if to talk about quality, so this is, we need to care about that, because client doesn't understand this. I mean, on this like stage when we just start project.
Yeah, you're right. Maryana, what clients are the most difficult to work with? There is a question. And can you tell example of a difficult client?
For me, to be honest, it's hard to work with this like clients who are jumping from one like way to another way. It's a little bit hard, yes, to manage everything, because you just understand like thoughts, what you discussed yesterday, but today you have a meeting and you discuss absolutely opposite to the yesterday. And especially if you have team, so you need to tell team what, okay, yesterday you did this one, today we everything changed. So it's hard to plan and manage such clients and projects at all, for me. Yeah, because so you want to keep like clients satisfied at the same time, but another time he a little bit irritates you and team. Yeah, but I don't know, and hard, I think, a little bit, but it's like I can do it with skeptic work. I can work with skeptic clients. I had such, but it's possible. But with this client who are a little bit vague, has this in mind, yeah, so it's a little bit hard for me. What about you?
I don't like to I do not like to work with skeptical clients, and for me it's the most difficult type of client, because I just feel this negative energy from them, and it's hard to manage in this case if you are not motivated. Yes, because your step is very monitored. However, sometimes I just need to deal with such clients. And if talking about these clients full of ideas and jumping, I like this. I like these challenges. For me, it's even like some challenge which I want to manage. So.
Okay. If I will have such clients, I'll tell them, okay, go to Halyna.
Okay. One more question. It's a little bit, is for me hard to answer, but I will ask you: have you had to deal with deep discoordination and disagreement between leaders within the company, and how do you reconcile internal disconnections on the project?
I had such situation.
Okay, so go ahead.
It was hard, yeah, not easy to manage. If what I had, I had one project that we had to implement, and I involved there like major architect. And he had to create architecture and choose the team, the technology and other things, and recommend how we should do, how we should implement the project. Yeah, and at the same time, when I had conversation with this architect, he just wanted to do, he was like experience it, yeah, and he just wanted to do in that way, and he doesn't want to hear other ideas, other recommendation, and developers who are maybe not so cool at that time were, but they had experienced it with that like product, like previous version of that product, yes, what he need to do. And they told that, okay, we can do in your way. But in this case, like all users, all clients, who used this product, like less version, so they will not be able to use your product, of further version. So it will be like separate products at all. So in any way, you will need to support and maintain that product, for that user. So are there a lot of users, yeah? And he told, no, this bad product, we shouldn't do in that way. So after that, I just like decided to involve one more cool architect, yeah, just to try to find opposite things and opposite mind about like what he is doing. So on my thought, it was not a good way to go on. And it was hard because finally this cool architect, who was the first one, was like leave our project, and after that leave our company at all. But we did a cool project with new architect. So sometimes if you have like so conflicts how you should do and implement your project, so and there are two opposite minds, yeah, so you just need to be like the judge. Okay, we will do it this way. Just to try to find like what will be like what will be good, like, and what will be what ideas have future, yeah, at all, and if project like your product will have future after that.
Yeah,
I don't know. Have I answered?
I will agree with you. So because this like if you have such situation, it's definitely will lead you to some conflict situation. And I will summarize probably. So first of all, you as a manager should try to coordinate actually these leads and try to organize some probably a healthy discussion, healthy meeting, some regular updates, some brainstormings meeting, so you can gather all ideas and select the best one. But of course, there are cases when this doesn't work, and you just need to select some idea because it's your role as a manager. I agree with you, Maryana.
Okay. Do we have any other questions? Oh.
No, I think we do not have. I think I didn't miss anything. We just have very nice message from Susanna. She left our meeting, but she tells that it is a really great topic we discussed, and she just says thank you to you, Maryana, and myself. So thank you actually everyone who joined us today. It was a very interesting talk, and I hope we shared some really good cases, and maybe they will be helpful in your job. And if you will have any other questions, so just feel free to write on email and contact us. And hope to see you and meet you on our next webinars, right?
Yeah. Maybe you have like any ideas what you want to hear from us. Please share. You can email us. We would be happy to tell you more about our experience and maybe about our clients or other things what you would be interested in. Thank you all of you, and thank you that you were so active today. Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.